This week, I'm going to have my last session with the neuro-linguistic programmer that I've been working with. This will be our sixth session, and this was a really big step for me to take for a lot of different reasons. One of them being that I am still trying to figure out the most authentic way for me to connect with new clients and people who want to partake in the offerings that I have available. And so when I was initially contacted by this woman, it was through Facebook messages, and she was asking me about my membership and participation in one of the Facebook groups that I had joined. And I was like, immediately had my guard up because I could feel like there was some ulterior motive there that she had, and I could sense that there was like some reason that she was like reaching out to me. But I decided just to see what would happen, so I went along with the conversation and let it flow. And I was just waiting for like, okay, like what are you gonna ask me for? Like, what are you gonna try to, do with me or whatever? And so after a while, we had been contacting each other back and forth for, I think, like almost 3 weeks before she offered me like a free chat with her on a Zoom to like discuss how she might be able to help me. And I was like, okay, here it is. This is why she's been talking to me. She wants to get on a call and offer me some, whatever. I didn't know what it was going to be. And so I did the call with her, and she told me about the NLP work that she does, and I was immediately intrigued but also still skeptical. I said, that sounds really interesting. It sounds like I might be into it, but I need to do some research myself and find out what this is all about on my own. And so that night I looked into it, and when I read about NLP, I thought, okay, I definitely want to try this. But I could feel there was like this hesitation for some reason. And I think it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Can't really pinpoint what exactly it was that had me hesitating, but I remember just like making the decision like, okay, what do I have to lose? Like, I'm just going to go for it. Maybe it'll be really amazing. Maybe I'll have a profound healing experience, and be able to move on to the next level of success that I'm trying to achieve, And so I remember just making this switch like, all right, I'm just going to let go of this hesitation and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to jump in and see what happens. And it was really big for me to do that. Not just because of the healing that I did experience throughout these weeks of doing these sessions with her, but also to see that someone can reach out in an authentic way through social media and actually directly contact somebody and start a real conversation about deep stuff and then form a connection that way. It was really important for me to see that happen through myself as that person on the receiving end. Because I am trying to find my authentic way of connecting with clients through social media. And I don't know if it is by directly sending someone a private message, but just for me to see that it is possible for people to do that and to have been on the receiving end was just really important for me. And on a personal level, like with the healing, I mean, I definitely did have a very powerful experience working with this woman. And it's just so funny because through working with her is the second time now this year that I've had something come like full circle back to me. Like I have these intuitive nudges of like, hey, you should probably do this thing or like try this, in my head. And I don't know, just the like some sort of fear or something like blocks me from actually doing the thing. For example, one of the other things that I experienced was just like feeling like I needed to write someone a letter telling them about some feelings that I've had about some things for a long time that I've never gotten a chance to say. And so it was really important for me to have that experience of just expressing my feelings in an unfiltered way. And the format of the letter was really appropriate for the situation, I felt like. But it was something that I had been avoiding doing on my own for like over a year. And then I was in a therapy session with my therapist, and she said, "Do you think you should send them this letter that you've written?" And I thought, oh my God, I I do need to send this letter, and I've actually known that I needed to do this for like over a year now, but it just took having another person there in front of me confirming like, you need to do this, that actually was what prompted me to finally do it. And it was so profound. So yeah, it's like sometimes, we have these like intuitive nudges and we just ignore them until they're like, we're confronted by them through another person, like telling us to do this. So that was really interesting. And then with this girl that's been working with me with the NLP, I went into the sessions with her wanting to work on my relationship with money. Because yeah, it's a big fucking tangled mess of craziness to sift through, and reprogramming the subconscious mind is really the fastest way to see results in the physical reality around us. So anyway, I was doing this work with her, and she had me do journaling prompts like in between our sessions. And so one of the things that she had me journal about was like the thoughts and feelings and beliefs of my most abundant, like rich self, like that part of me, connecting with that part of me and like writing out like, what does this part of me think and feel. And that process alone was like really helpful to be doing that writing. But as I was writing, I started thinking to myself, like, I need to take this writing and put it in an audio format that I can listen to in my headphones. And I took it to another level. I said, I'm going to listen to this while I'm standing in front of the mirror, staring at myself in the mirror. And mirror work is like so awkward at first, but it's such a profound experience to be working with your image like in the mirror. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but it's so profound. So and so it wasn't like her that told me to do all of that. I took it to like another level just through the journaling process. I decided to do the recording and the mirror work on my own, but that was something that I had been thinking about doing for a while, like years ago at this point. I don't even know. I mean, shoot, it was probably like in the middle of my spiritual awakening, but like, so probably like 6 years ago now, I heard this story about a guy who like rapidly changed his life by like recording his own voice, saying these affirmations of like what he wanted to achieve or whatever. And it was just like his experience was just like so profound. And so I had that idea in the back of my mind, and then I started studying hypnosis and started learning about the self-hypnosis that people get. Actually had a book called Self-Hypnosis, like how to change your life through like, structuring your subconscious beliefs. And so I had that idea for a while, and I had just this strong feeling in the back of my mind, like I should do that, I should do that, I should do that. But for some reason, just kept like putting it off and putting it off. And I finally did it when I was doing this work with this NLP lady. So yeah, that's probably been like one of the most important things that I've been working with recently. And yeah, now I'm using the recording in the morning during my morning meditation, and letting it reprogram my subconscious. I'm also doing a lot of journaling these days because I have just recently joined an art therapy group, and that's one of the things that we're supposed to do every morning is 3 handwritten pages of journaling. So that's been really nice. Actually, I really like to journal and I like to write. And so having that dedicated time, and sort of like a homework assignment to do that has been really, really motivating and really helpful. So just trucking along here on this self-healing journey, and it is a lot at times, but the benefits and the rewards just like totally outweigh, I guess what you're left with if you don't do any of the work, which is just staying stuck and stagnant, which is not where I want to be. So I am just at this point all in, totally committed to the journey of personal growth and development, and it feels really good to just be putting a lot more love and care like into myself. And I know that like that is the fastest way to transformation, is by filling your own cup and giving yourself love and doing all the healing that you can wrap your head around. It just creates rapid transformation, and it's amazing. So I feel like I'm on the brink of a quantum leap or something, because I've been doing so much inner work at this point very recently that some big shifts are on the horizon. I don't know what they are yet, but I know they're coming, and I'm going straight at them. So let's go.